Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
The Tanakh has a myriad of different expressions, but it still is quite limited. That is to say, unlike the corpus of English with its millions and millions of words, the words of the Tanakh number in some manner of thousands, depending upon if you are separating roots from their various conjugations, declinations, and other grammatical things. And yet, because it is such a small vocabulary compared to what it might be, each word choice is important, essential, and instructive. So we are about to celebrate the holiday of Shavuot just this coming week, beginning Thursday night. Services here, Friday morning, as well as, of course, Friday evening and Saturday morning. I have to put the commercial in. But we are celebrating on Shavuot the giving of the Torah. And when the Tanakh comes to poetically describe the giving of the Torah, there are three different terms that get used, scattered throughout. One, the most familiar, is the Torah was given in flame. This, of course, is very familiar to anyone who's ever seen Charlton Heston in the Ten Commandments, with that striking thunder and flashes of light, the smoking mountain. Mount Sinai, the experience is described most powerfully through the book of Exodus as being one of fire. But that's not the only metaphor that is used. In the book of Judges, in the Song of Deborah, it is said that the Torah was given in water, that the mountain dripped with water, sweetness abounding. And of course, we know also here from this week's Torah portion that it is said that the Torah was given Bamdibar, in the wilderness. Now all three of these, our sages teach us, are linked, that they are perhaps looking like opposites, fire and water, of course, being a classical opposite, but even the wilderness, that unowned, uninhabited space, seems quite far. Earth, fire, water, what are they going for? Well, it's not the four elements, I apologize, that wasn't a common belief in Judaism. Instead, it is the fact that they all cost the same. They are free. Our sages looked at the three different metaphors that are used throughout the Tanakh for the giving of the Torah, and they noticed water is free. Go down to the river, go to the lake, drink. The water is there. Put out your cistern and have the collection, and the water falls from the sky. You don't have to pay a single thing for it. It's free. Fire? Nobody charges for fire. Fire is simply made. Bang the rocks together, strike a match. Boom, you have fire. Fire is free. And the midbar, the wilderness, well, by definition, it is hefker. It is ownerless and free. No one owns the wilderness. The wilderness is available for all. Go out, be in the wilderness. No one can charge you admission. And so too, the sages tell us, the Torah. The Torah was given freely. The Torah wasn't given with a price tag. It wasn't given with a due date for the bill, the invoice to come. It wasn't given with a monthly charge on your credit card. The Torah was given freely. God wanted us to have the Torah as a free gift. But there is one little catch. Fire, water, the wilderness, all three of those are free, but they do take a little effort. You can't just expect the water to fall into your mouth when you're thirsty. You can't just expect the fire to appear in your hearth and keep you warm. And you can't expect the wilderness to be a hospitable place without a little preparation and a little bit of effort. And so too the Torah. The Torah is given freely. It costs us nothing. There is no price of admission. But you are expected to put a little effort into it. The Torah will not simply flow into you with no effort on your part. You have to study. You have to practice the behaviors, the mitzvot of Torah. You have to seek out more information, more wisdom. It does take some energy. But it is free. But our sages give us one more phrase of consolation. Because many of us, when we find out that there is effort, well, we might be willing to put the effort in, but we might be unsure of how well our effort will measure up to the opportunity. After all, this is Torah we are talking about. This is something that has been toiled in for thousands of years. People have dedicated their whole lives to it, and surely I may not be able to dedicate as much time as some of our great sages. I may not be able to even achieve the bare minimum. Perhaps my effort will come to nothing. I could spend all day studying Torah, and perhaps I just won't get it. So too, again, our sages say, it's all right. Because when God comes to reward us for our efforts in Torah, it will not be for the accomplishments of Torah, not be for how much we have memorized of Torah, how much we can slice finer and finer the teachings and laws, but how hard, how passionately we sought this. Unlike fire and water in the wilderness, which will only respond to a certain success of our efforts, the Torah will always fulfill us, regardless of how well we are able to fulfill it, as long as our effort is true and as long as our effort is pure. It is the trying that matters in seeking to live a life with Torah. It is our trying that matters in seeking to make the Torah the centerpiece of our life. We will have good days and bad days. We will have days when we succeed beyond our expectations, and we will have days when we are embarrassing failures to ourselves. But the pursuit is something we always have control over. Continue to pursue Torah. Allow it to come to you. There is no cost. And you will find that it will indeed be available to you. Shabbat Shalom.